Hello everyone, Mr. Grammar here. Figurative language, also known as figures of speech. Figurative language is language that uses expressions with a meaning that is different than its literal interpretation. Are you feeling confused? Well, let me clear things up for you. Figures of speech are designed to create a powerful and memorable impact. This is called rhetorical force. Okay, so here are three masterpieces that use figurative language, or more specifically, figures of speech. So here we have Romeo and Juliet, on the right hand side, the Raven, and lastly, the Declaration of Independence. So Romeo and Juliet and the Raven are two fictional pieces. The Declaration of Independence is an actual powerful text. So this just shows you how powerful uh, figurative language is. Here, not only are we able to create two beautiful pieces of literature, but we're also able to change history, and thus the United States was born as we know it. Okay, so let's take a look at this figure of speech. It's raining cats and dogs. What do I mean by that? Okay, so if you have ever had a cat or a dog, or both, you know that they can be a little loud and a little troublesome at times. So, in essence, if it's raining cats and dogs, do you think it's just sprinkling out there, or it's storming and it's thundering? The second one. If I were to say it's raining cats and dogs, there has to be storms, lightning, trees are falling down. It's just absolutely atrocious outside. Similarly, when you have cats and dogs and they're fighting and they're chasing each other, dogs are barking. Well, that's where this comes in. It's raining cats and dogs. Dogs and cats aren't literally falling from the sky, but this is just a way to say that it's really storming terribly out there. And this is known as an idiom, an expression that is not meant to be taken literally. Okay, so next time someone says it's raining cats and dogs, you know animals aren't falling from the sky, but you know it's a very serious storm out there. Okay, so another figure of speech, a simile. A simile is a comparison between two things using like or as. The burglar was as quiet as a mouse. So, why was the burglar quiet? Because obviously he or she doesn't want to get caught. A metaphor. A direct comparison stating one thing is another without using like or as. Okay, so simile uses like or as, a metaphor does not. The astrophysicist is a walking encyclopedia. Okay, so obviously you know there aren't walking books out there. Okay, at least not in this universe, in our world. So here, what do I mean by that? The astrophysicist is a walking encyclopedia. It's basically a scientist that's very knowledgeable about the celestial galaxies. So very intelligent individual. Personification, given human qualities to inanimate objects or abstract ideas. Given something human qualities. What do I mean by that? Okay, so the snowflake danced across the sky before it hit the ground. Okay, so here I'm visualizing a snowflake just dancing here, there, everywhere in circles beautifully before it hits the ground, just the way a person dances. Hyperbole, an exaggeration used for emphasis or effect. The teacher assigned an ocean amount of homework. That's pure evil right there. An ocean amount of homework. Okay, so obviously this the teacher did not assign homework, as much homework as there is in the Pacific Ocean, water. So here I mean by that, maybe the teacher just assigned a lot of readings, a lot of math homework, and even though it's not the size of the ocean, it just shows that it's a lot of work, and perhaps you'll have to pull an all-nighter to finish that all of that work. Okay, irony, a statement where The intended meaning is different from the literal meaning. Okay? After falling into the mud puddle, I exclaimed, my day just gets better and better. So obviously, unless you like getting all muddy, then your day just gets better and better. But in general, most people like to be clean and not get dirty. So here I'm basically meaning the opposite. Let's see. Oxymoron, a combination of contradictory terms. Zombies are known as the living dead. Literation, the repetition of the same consonant sounds at the beginning of words. Okay, so alliteration can be a little tricky, especially if you don't know the definition by heart. But let's take a look at this one. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, so what are the consonant sounds that are being repeated? Okay, so let's see. We have S for Sally, S for sells, S for seashells, S for seas. So we have the S repeating. We also have SH in seashells and SH in seashore. So this is alliteration. And finally, onomatopoeia. Words that imitate sounds. Here we have kapow, pow, crash, zap, bang, bam. Okay, so all in all, students, remember, figures of speech, also known as figurative language, are just designed to have rhetorical force in literature or in your own writing.